Today I want to talk to you about education. Yes, that's education. Now, I'm all for higher education. Okay? I'm all for people going back and getting their master's degrees. I'm all for people going back and getting their doctorate degree. And anybody that does that should be commended for their efforts. Now, I'm not worried about that. What I'm concerned about is just the basic education. You know, education should be aimed at helping us to think, helping to improve on how we think. Education shouldn't be to tell us what to think. That's not education. Education should be aimed on help developing our minds, improving our own individual minds. That's what education should be. It should be teaching us how to be creative, how to think outside the box. When they teach all of us the same math, the same courses, that's why entrepreneurs outclass, outrace, and be much more profitable and prosperous than the average student. A friend of mine who's a teacher, he asked me, he said, Rob, if you was a teacher, what course would you teach? What course would you recommend in today's society? And I said, it's easy. I would recommend that every student, before they graduate high school, before they graduate, should take a test or should have had a course on thought, how to think. I mean, seriously, because most people don't know how to think or what to think. Most people don't. That's what I would teach. I would actually say you all should have teachers, the whole education society, the whole system should have a course on thought. Where did thought come from? And when you start asking about where did thought come from, how to think, it moves you right into this thing called consciousness. What is this conscious? What is the subconscious and what is conscious? I mean, it moves you right in so you can start learning about your mind. Teachers, and we need to know about our own minds. Why we do the things that we do. Where desire comes from. Why do we feel the way we feel? And the second course that I think everyone should have before graduation and just be pushed out in here into society to fail. The second course that I think that every student should have is a course called Cause and Effect. That's it. Cause and Effect. Because most people that are in bad shape, that's the effect. They don't know why or what's causing that. But if they understood that everything that we do has a cause and it has an effect, our lives would be much more better. You ask someone, why? Why do you feel so bad? Why do you keep doing the same thing? And they just punish people. People come in all the time with their whole financial affairs just screwed up because they didn't take this course during high school, and now they're adults, and they make money, and they still winding up living paycheck to paycheck. They don't understand cause and effect, which is basic. Cause and effect. Example, if you spend more money than you bring in, you're going to be poor and broke. That's it. That's cause and effect. Why are you so broke? Why are you so miserable? Because you're spending more than you taking in. That's a deficit. That's what happens. People don't understand the basics of cause and effect. And see, they're not learning that. I mean, you got people going to college. Still don't understand. Never heard of cause and effect. Never heard of conscious and subconscious mind. Never. And these are basic principles that each and every one of us need to have in order to live by. We need these in order to take care of ourselves, especially financially, because you're going to need money. You're going to need to know how to budget. All of this stuff is cause and effect. I mean, you can tell that we fell in cause and effect. And we have somebody 400 pounds and they're crying, and they're wondering why they're 400 pounds. They haven't been to the bathroom in a whole week, but they steady eating. That's the effect. What is causing it? And then you spend money. They have to spend money and say, what's wrong with me? They don't understand the basic principles of cause and effect. Most of us don't understand how our minds work. That's what we need. A lot of times when people come to me, and I'm a certified financial planner, I feel like I gotta talk to them about cause and effect. If you go out and you're a school teacher and you make $40,000 a year, and if you spend $1,000 a month on a Mercedes Benz, you're gonna be broke. That's it. I mean, it's simple. The simple cause and effect. They ask me how I know, because it's simple. And see, that's what people are failing. You know, it's amazing how here it is in the new millennium. And I would say more than 50, maybe probably 70, 80% of the people still have never even heard of what I'm talking about. Don't get it. And the truth is, 500 years before Jesus Christ even walked the earth, you had the Greeks and the philosophers going down to Egypt and Africa, studying the stars, studying philosophy, studying the universe, studying the mind. They was asking questions 500 years before Christ even came. And here it is in the new millennium, and you hardly have any students. No one who talks about the mind, cause and effect. You know how black kids running around, they don't talk about cause and effect. If they did, you wouldn't have so many brothers in prison. That's cause and effect. They don't understand it. Basic thinking. That's what education should be about. And somehow I know the system knows that. See, if you don't understand that, when it comes to handling your money, that's why you messed up. You just can't get it. And most people say, I need more money. No, you don't. I mean, you can look at athletes that make millions and millions of dollars. I mean, Andrew just blogged me back earlier last week, was telling me about an NBA player that over his career made $100 million. This guy just had to file for bankruptcy. I'm not going to even call his name. Y'all go Google, find out. That's cause and effect. They know that. The system knows that. So in order to get your whole financial plan, I could tell you what to do, but you got to understand. You got to get the basic principles of cause and effect. The basic principles of thinking. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Not just someone, when you get a financial advisor, they tell you to do this and do that. And I always hate them financial advisors that put you in a box and tell you, if you're a certain age, you should be doing this. If you're 60 years old, you shouldn't be taking this kind of risk. Come on. That's like cattle. You don't put everybody in the box. Everybody is different. And you should act different. A lot of you all, when your 401ks and your investment selection, you do what everybody else is doing. That's not being creative. That's not finding out exactly what's best for you. In the whole world of financial planning, the first thing you got to do is set goals. The first thing you got to do is know what you want. And I know most people don't know what a goal is. They want to be rich. They don't know what they want. I take it back. We go right back to thinking. What are you thinking? What do you want? What do you want to do? You got to start learning and studying yourself and being real with yourself. Cause and effect. Any of you teachers out there, think about it. Teach a course on thought, thinking. Not just giving the kids assignments to memorize the past of other men and other people's ideas. Let them be creative. Teach them how and help them to develop their own minds to think. And our world will be a much better world. A new thought for the day. Blog me back. Let me know what you think.